I want you to listen to understand, right? You should only get this camera if it makes financial sense to you. These are the my five top reasons why you should get the Blackmagic Pyxis. But I want you to know that reason number 3 and the last reasons, they kind of like something that you should focus on because they would make sense to you just in a second. So let's talk about reason number 1. And honestly, this is the reason almost everyone gets a camera and they decide to pay their hard-earned money, and that is price to image ratio. And the reason why I'm saying price to image ratio is because we do know this camera. This is a full frame that was in the very awkward body that Blackmagic have decided to almost revamp and give us something that we have been looking for. And what we know so far, it's a very good full frame camera that has fantastic image quality, a very good menu, and you also have Blackmagic software, which is DaVinci Resolve, that you can sell and have some of that money back. Now let's jump to reason number 2, which is definitely how future-proof this camera is. Let me explain. You do have SDI, and basically you shoot 6K, which means you are ahead of so many other cameras when it comes to competition. And there's only a few cameras that offer full frame, affordable, and also that 6K resolution. And with Blackmagic, you can still shoot 6K and downsample in 4K, or you can still shoot 4K while having that flexibility to go up to 6K. And I know most of the deliverable that we offer, it's really 1080, and when people really want to push, it is 4K. So as you can see, having 6K just allow you to have so many other years having that camera. And the fact that you do have CFexpress, you do also have the SDI, it just make that camera very robust when you want to use great monitoring or any other thing. It could be time code out for your short film. Guys, listen to me. I would really appreciate if you support me by subscribing to this channel. Honestly, that would mean so much. It just encouraged me to keep making videos like this, and I'm also putting together some amazing content for all of us. Reason number 3, which is actually the reason that most of you guys should focus on, and I want you to listen to understand, right? You should only get this camera if it makes financial sense to you, honestly. And I know so many people just see a new camera, sell their old camera, and then go and get a new camera which only have 2 or 3 things that are different than the camera that they had before, because they did not use a business mindset or a business mind. They just was pushed by their emotion. So I want you to get this camera because it makes financial sense to your business and to you as a user. Because honestly, as great as this camera is, as great as the price is, getting this camera is not going to allow you to be a better filmmaker. Only get this camera when you know you can afford it, and when you know it's going to add more value to basically what you provided to your client. And I know so many people don't talk enough about that, because I remember when the Pocket 6K came, and you know, this channel, I kind of like used to talk more about Blackmagic cameras, and so many people went and got that camera, and I used to get DM getting like, oh, I got this camera, but it's not really what I thought it was going to be. And that's because they literally rush into getting the camera without first justifying how or why that is basically possible. So don't make that mistake. That's why I say this is the reason that most people should focus on. So now let's go to reason number 4, which is my favorite. And oh my god, I have actually been waiting for this. So that is, this camera, it's very riggable, or should I say Reability. So let me explain. First of all, I did shoot a lot with my Blackmagic 6K and 6K Pro, and let me explain. Basically, it got to a point where when I wanted to rig that to a Ronin M or Ronin MX, or basically put it on the gimbal, it took me so long, and sometimes it would not even fit on my Ronin MX. And then another thing is, you could strip that camera down and you don't really have that much option when it comes to rigging the 6K or the 6K Pro, even the 6K full frame that is in the body of the 6K Pro. And now seeing how riggability or riggable this camera is, it is so good because first of all, it is very easy to balance, right? Let's talk about balance alone. So with my 6K Pro, I used to try and balance that camera on a gimbal or on basically almost anything. And so when something is shaped nicely, it can either be front heavy or back heavy. With that, 6K Pro was basically awkwardly heavy everywhere, which made it so hard to balance. And even though when you manage to get a balance, you would take so much time balancing. So this camera being easy to rig, it means that the setup is going to be way cleaner than before. The cable management is going to be way neater than it used to be. Also, the overall camera or just the box experience, we are actually going to enjoy more. And there's a reason why so many brands do box. Arri Alexa LF, Sony Venice, even the Sony F5 back in the days, or even the Red Helium or any other Red. They do that because when you are on a professional environment and when you're balancing that camera either on a drone or you are balancing it on the Steadicam or anything, they want it to be either front heavy or back heavy, so you can just do the whole balancing process very easy. And obviously with the Blackmagic, it was very hard to kind of like balance it, but now that is going to be sorted, and that's the reason that I'm actually looking forward to, because I'm actually in the process of filming my own shot or my own project, and having the camera that allow me to move faster is very, very helpful on set. And here is reason number 5, and remember the last reason, which is something that you should also focus on. But when it comes to reason number 5, I would say the menu and how easy it is to use this camera. Listen, you could give anyone a Blackmagic camera and they will turn it on and navigate the menu without any problem, which is good because sometimes when you're on set and you're looking for something, you don't have to look under the menu or sub menu and you can't find it. So Blackmagic making this easy, it is good for so many people because it saves time and it just make the whole menu system very clean, which I'm sure that you can appreciate that too. Another reason for me that I really feel like this camera would work well for me is because I own maybe 5 or 6 full frame lens sets. Number 1 is the Nikon AISs that I do have here, and I use these lenses on a Super 35, and I just don't like that I get to deal with the crop factors. I also have a fantastic Canon FD there that I really love, and again the same thing, I do have Leica R alongside some other fantastic lenses that I'm now looking forward to see basically everything that those lenses has to offer, combining with a sensor that is very good and producing amazing image quality and great color rendition. So listen, when we get our hand on this camera, we're actually going to kind of like test it and put it through so much so we can see what it can do. Obviously we know the camera already because like I said, it is the sensor that we know in the body that we love. So guys, listen to me, I would really appreciate if you support me by subscribing to this channel. Honestly, that would mean so much. It just encouraged me to keep making videos like this, and I'm also putting together some amazing content for all of us. So that's all for today. As you can see, those are my top 5 reasons, combined with a few questions that I tend to ask myself so I can make better financial decisions, and so I really don't have to regret any purchase that I do. So that's all for today. If you're new here, my name is Kashilembo and I'm a DP director based in London, and on this channel we talk about filmmaking, gear review, DaVinci Resolve, and basically everything Blackmagic related, and also helping you to